Alright, welcome to the final round for this season for the Gold Division of Fortnite. Um, this week, the points that you earn during these matches are tripled. Last week they were doubled, and this week they will be tripled, so it can be very important that we play as tight as possible. And we got our usual team again. But should only be 2 players right now. I'm not sure where Leo Gamer came from. We're gonna go ahead and get that sorted out right now, because Leo Gamer's not supposed to be in here. Ricky, or as his username, famously known as Booger, was not able to play today, so we should be only having 2 players right now, which would be Clinics, who is playing on the count, PLY, 7W up there in the top left, and then we got Brandon, who's playing on our account. So, as usual, because we're missing another player and then the other player is playing online, we're going to be spectating purely from Eagle's perspective for this match. And it looks like that player didn't really land with us or play anything like that, so it probably was just a loading error. So overall, it'll just be a normal match of duos for these two. Fortunately, not sure what happened with Booger or Ricky, but doesn't look like he's going to be playing today. Rules are the same as usual. Fighting doesn't start until Storm Surge kicks in, which usually happens before that third circle starts to close. There are 75 players in the match right now, with 1 minute and 30 on the clock until that first circle starts to close. And it's going to be starting off nice and slow, as usual. He'll go ahead and downs himself an NPC. In case of those of you who have forgotten, NPCs are characters that are around the map, but they are not controlled by other players. They are controlled by AI, so they are free grabs for kills, and they drop some nice and extra loot for the players to use. So they are totally free go. There's another NPC right there that just burst through the door, try to take out Eagle. He goes ahead and knocks him down. There's another guard coming in. They really are trying to hunt down Eagle in this early game. There's some really effective corner peeking for him though, so gets himself a med K. He's probably gonna heal himself up with it. First circle is gonna start closing, and considering that we only have 2 players playing for the alpha team today instead of the usual 3, the alpha team's really gonna have to play smart and play effective. Only pick fights that they know that they can come out on top of, since every fight that they take up against another squad is an automatic numbers disadvantage. There's another NPC right there, but that NPC is actually friendly. He can do some trading with you and give you some quests. Another low queue interaction that you can do to get some more loot. And of course, we are watching on Eagle's perspective on the Alpha team here at Towson. But if you are at any point interested in watching the whole experience and seeing all of the teams throughout the XP League across the nation, you can always tune in on XP League HQ on twitch.tv and view the entirety of the XP League. They consider and watch from multiple perspectives from all across the XP Leagues rather than just Towson, which is what we do. Um, but of course, if you are only interested in the Towson team, please stay tuned. And as usual, this is a great time, since there's no fighting, to be making sure to keep up on materials and on loot, so that you don't run out too much. Once the fighting does start to happen, I know that for our alpha team, that's something that they definitely struggle with, is that they tend to run out of resources once the fighting does start, and then they don't usually die from bad aim or worse mechanics compared to other players. Most of the time, their downfall tends to be just running out of resources and committing too many resources to fights that they don't finish. We've been working on that with them, and hopefully they'll continue to improve on that front, because that's pretty much, in my opinion, the only thing that holds this team back. But overall, throughout the season, it's been fun to be their coach, to watch them grow. They've really grown as both players and also as just human beings. Been great working with all of them. They're all a ton of blasts and they have fun with the game. And I'm excited to see them hopefully in future seasons, whether that be in regionals or just regular seasons, and maybe even one day we can take a Towson team down to North American finals. And that first circle finished closing. Now it's going to be about mid 30 until that next circle starts to close. Eagle's going to use some shockwave grenades to catch up with his teammate because he was falling a bit behind. These two have got to stick together like glue in these upcoming fights. Because in the gold division, other teams across the nation do a great job of working together. And if we fail to do the same, I'm sure you can guess what happens. Right, they spot another squad up on the mountains, and with 30 seconds left until that second circle starts to close, be any second that fighting's gonna start. And they found themselves in Daily Bulge, which, if you're unfamiliar with Fortnite, currently has an event going on right now. Looks like another squad came through and already completed the event. So they probably got themselves some extra loot. Looks like Eagle's starting to hear some tanks around him, so definitely got to keep that in mind. Alright, storm surge warning just popped up. Now that squad that we saw on the cliffs, we need to keep an eye out for. There they are. They're starting to take some pot shots at us, and there's another squad up on the dropship. So we are already getting sandwiched. trying to identify where the other players are, trying to figure out where the squads are. There's someone up there. Eagle takes a pot shot at him. Hopefully Clinics will be able to follow up. A few pot shots of his own. I believe he has an explosive weapon right now, so he should be able to take out some forts and some vehicles with that. Need to be careful with poking our head out here. Just one good, well-placed sniper fire can instantly down any player, even at full shields and full health, which Eagle is currently not at right now. They spawn another player going on through the zip line. They try to take a shot at him, but he disappears into the dropship. They're gonna just start looking around in this apartment that they're in. They're gonna try to find some extra loot that may have been left behind, which he does find himself a shield potion. Hopefully they'll be able to grab themselves some extra ammo as well. Sounds like there's gunfire coming from all around them. Eagle's trying to pass on some sniper ammo to Clinics. It's another strat that we made sure to go over with them early on in the season to make sure to share each other's supplies and resources. No point in using ammo that you don't have a gun for. Anyways, there's another squad right up on that hill. It looks like Alpha's planning that, trying to figure out how they want to approach this. Do they want to hide and try to approach sneakily or just dive right in? And it looks like they just got a tank just came out of nowhere and just started rolling in. Gonna try to jump in there with them, but that's not gonna work. Eagle's downed, and now it's just Clinics left. That's another squad that's gonna come in. It's gonna eliminate him, and now we're gonna be able to see Clinics' perspective, since he's the other member on the Alpha team. Gonna try to heal up, try to get some shields going. Gotta play very careful here. No way you can take on 3 other players, especially when they have a tank. Gonna try drink a shield potion, which does make a loud noise since your character makes a slurping sound. But it looks like the tank doesn't notice, and they're gonna move on, thinking that he moved on somewhere else. And with the reboot card, he's gonna run over to that reboot van right there, and he's gonna see if he can get his teammate back in. Looks like he just got shot at. No, there's 2 players that were hiding right there. Where on earth those 2 come from? Tough situation for the Alpha team. They were caught in the middle of a battlefield with a tank rolling up on them out of nowhere, and then 2 random players hiding in the corner coming out of nowhere and finishing them off. So hopefully we'll be able to approach more cautiously next time. But again, when it's 2v3, it's going to be a pretty tough situation for Alpha, but they definitely can come out on top of these situations. They just need to play cautious and play smart. So hopefully we'll see that in the next match. And as usual, if you want to tune in and see the rest of the XPLeague while we wait for match number 2 to hop on, you can go on XPLeague. You can look up XPLeague HQ on Twitch, whether through the app or the website. And with that being said, we'll see you for match number 2. welcome back. This will be match number 2 for the final week. So this overall will be the last match for the rest of the season. So let's see if we get a high placement. There's no random third teammate that hopped in this time, so it will be just Clinics and Eagle. And in case you missed it in the last match, we were not able to get Ricky, or as his username is infamously known, Booger, into the in today, so it will be just these two that we'll be following. Fighting doesn't start until Storm Surge. Our designated spot on the map is Crossroads, and it's gonna be the same business that we've been watching on throughout the entire season. Nice slow start. Our players are gonna make sure they get plenty of materials to build, gonna get guns and then get ammo for those guns. They're gonna take down some NPCs, which give them some extra loot. They're gonna make sure that they have plenty of medical supplies. And hopefully this time they'll... Ooh, that's a nice gun that Eagle was able to pick up. Nice purple quality, but... Hopefully we'll be able to get some shockwave grenades, because I've sung my praises before over the Spider-Man gloves, but those are not in the game anymore. So shockwave grenades are the next best thing. They let you... you can throw them down at your feet and they launch you across the map, and when you get launched by them, you don't take fall damage, so... They are the next best thing in terms of rapid repositioning, so hopefully we'll see Alpha utilize them more, because in the last match they were caught off guard and weren't able to get out quickly. A tank rolled up on them out of nowhere and took out Eagle, and then Clinics just happened upon two random players that were probably hiding from the tank nearby, so if we made sure that we had enough of those shockwave grenades, we would have been able to reposition and get out of there quickly. Like another car rolled in. So there's another squad that's already nearby. Probably gonna try to grab some loot from our area. Eagle's gonna kill himself some more NPCs. He's already rocking some pretty nice quality guns. Got himself a purple and a blue. And for those of you who have forgotten or were not aware, there's a bunch of different types of guns, snipers, shotguns, and all of those guns have different qualities or rarities to them, which goes gray, and then green, and then blue, and purple, and then orange. And then the higher up you go, the better quality of the gun, the more rare it is, and also the better its stats are in terms of damage, and I believe it also affects reload speeds and stuff like that. So overall, Eagle's got a pretty good lineup. He does have one gray gun, but he really does need that sniper for long range engagements, and then he's got a nice purple and blue. So he's looking pretty good. Hopefully Clinics is also rocketing a nice arsenal as well. And hopefully we find some explosives, whether that be a rocket launcher or a C4, because if another tank comes up on us, we're going to need some way of being able to deal with it. Since that does tend to be the sort of what the game plan for a lot of us revolves around. But that first circle is going to start closing. It's going to finish closing in 3 minutes. So, as usual, gotta wait until then for the action to start. Looks like Eagle heard a tank to his left. Gonna be pretty scary. Of course, we see in other players, but since the fighting hasn't started, we're just gonna have to wave hi to them and then move on. For those of you wondering why everything looks very strange now from Eagle's perspective, he just ate him a thermal fish, which basically gives him thermal vision. So he got sort of see in the dark and also could see through people through bushes. I believe it only lasts for a short while, though. Now the effect dissipated. It'll be about a minute and 30 until that second circle starts to close, and once that starts to happen, we should see Storm Surge kicking in. There are currently 77 players on the map right now. Right, looks like we're scouting around the area, trying to decide where we want to go next. Another squad right up on that wing with us. 30 seconds until that second circle starts, so we need to keep an eye out on them. Keep in mind that there's another squad on this airship with us. Eagle's gonna go ahead and use that cannon in order to launch himself. Looks like Clinic's got knocked. Looks like he fell out of the dropship on accident. And with that Storm Surge kicking in, this is a very bad position. That was very unfortunate timing on Clinic's part. Hopefully the squad up atop above us doesn't take notice. Takes advantage of. Looks like they did try to do that. Looks like one of them did drop down. We're gonna go ahead and eliminate them, but everybody else up on top is gonna start spamming at us, so we're starting to build a bunch of ceilings, try to protect ourselves. Clinex is very low on health right now. Hopefully he'll be able to heal himself. We're gonna just keep building up our defenses, but until we start shooting back, there's nothing stopping them from keeping the pressure on. We're starting to look at them. We're gonna go ahead and fire a rocket at them. We're using these precious rockets. We only have a limited amount of them. If we're gonna be using them, we need to make sure that we're capitalizing on them. Clinex is going in, gonna try to find them and take them out. Dropships can be kind of maze-like sometimes, so gotta keep an ear out for footsteps and try to figure out where the rest of the squad ended up going. It sounds like we can hear them in front of us. There's another squad right over there. They undoubtedly came out to investigate the shooting, and now they're starting to build up their own forts. Eagle's gonna zipline down. Clinics, I follow. No, they decide to go back up and hold this dropship. We gotta keep an eye out for if that squad that was on the dropship before is still up there with us. Like we're gonna zipline back down. Looks like we hear some footsteps directly above us, so we need to be prepared. There's another player right there. That's a nice shotgun shot coming out of Eagle. That's a down. They're gonna try to finish him off. they decided to throw him off the cliff, which definitely works. For those of you who don't know, if any player's down, whether that be teammate or enemy. Oh, there's another player right there. Shots being exchanged. Eagle's gonna go down. It's up to Clinics. It's gonna be a 2v1. It's gonna be very tough for him, but as long as he stays ahead, he should be able to come on top here. He's gonna try to pick up Eagle and try to get him to safety so he can revive him. Clinics is gonna heal himself first, and then he'll prioritize reviving his teammate next. Looks like the other squad doesn't quite realize what's going on, and they're gonna go ahead and let us get this revive, which is gonna help a lot. Gonna go ahead and use those chug splashes in order to get himself healed up, and also give his teammate some shields. And he's gonna pop some shield potions, and now Eagle's back into the fight. So we eliminated one of the players on this dropship, but there are still two other players that are somewhere around here. Sounds like they're directly above us right now. We're trying to look out, trying to see where they are. There they are. Shots are gonna get fired. Builds are gonna start popping up. And that's gonna be elimination. It looks like we found the other player too, so that's gonna be a nice squad wipe for the Alpha team. That's gonna be 3 kills for us. And there's only 36 other players left on the map, so as long as we can hold out a little longer, we should be able to get a nice placement as well. There were some squads down on the floor, though, and they should have heard that shooting that was coming from the dropship, so sure there will be plenty of other squads in the area looking towards us. Looks like Eagle tried to shoot himself out of a cannon there, but he ended up getting... ended up shooting himself into a wall on accident, which ended up making him fall down. Now him and Clinics are split up. They gotta try to get together. There's another player that's just over there that was just sitting in the store for some reason. That's gonna be... Eagle's gonna try to quickly just pick up that elimination. He's gonna zipline back up and try to use that cannon to launch himself to his teammate again. Hopefully he'll be knock himself into a wall this time. Looks like he's gonna use the lift from the fans to reposition and regroup with Clinics. Now these two are back together again. They're gonna build a nice little brick hut. They're gonna reload. They're gonna get themselves some shields. Sharing of supplies is starting to go around. That's 4 kills for the Alpha team, so good work on them. That's worth 12 points this week. They see another squad over there. Like they're gonna start taking some pot shots on them. We gotta be careful about this. we commit too much ammo to them and then end up not being able to pick up the fight, uh, we may find ourselves in a bad spot again. They're shooting directly behind us, so we definitely gotta be careful about another squad. Right. That player's gonna be low. He's trying to build up those walls over and over again. Right. We're whittling down those walls and making that squad use resources to keep rebuilding them, but we're also committing a lot of ammo and starting to run out of ammo ourselves, so we gotta keep an eye on that. And that circle's gonna start pushing that squad out a little bit, so they gotta be careful. Do some readjustments to our fort. And Rocket managed to hit Eagle right in the head, so now he's down to 50 health. Gonna build a ceiling to protect himself, and he's probably gonna drink some shield potions. Nope, looks like he is hungry for some damage, and he's gonna keep trying to return fire. And then he gets knocked. And now it's up to clinics. And then after the other squad starts taking even more shots at him, he's gonna get downed. Now it's just up to clinics. Hope there is a reboot van that is still in the circle. It's gonna be very difficult to get to though, so it may just be up to clinics at this point. There's only 19 other players left in the squad, so if he can get away and get healed back up. Looks like he's getting shot at though. This is gonna be very tricky for him. Caught out in the open. Got plenty of building materials, but doesn't have any more healing supplies left, so he's got to work with what he's got. Trying to run around. He's trying to get his composure back together. That circle's starting to close in again. There's another squad that's coming up on him. Getting hunted down like a rat in a maze. Just trying to fortify himself in the spot, trying to last as long as possible to get a high placement. Like that other squad that showed up on him aren't quite sure where he went. Like he's gonna fire a rocket, which is very risky of him. He's definitely giving his position away by doing this. But he's trying to get a few more eliminations, I imagine. He does need to go and try to find a fight to pick so he can down someone, because otherwise he's not going to be able to find more healing supplies in the state of the game. His circle's going to start shrinking again, so he can't stay here for too long. He's got to get on the move eventually. The thing about that storm, it's always keeping him moving. There's another squad behind him. He's at 14 health. One bullet grazing his shoulder is going to be enough to take him out. He's deciding to rush this other player. Got a lot of materials to build here. But with such low health, he's really got to play cautious here. 13 other players left in the fight. Like another player's right on top of him. Let's see if he finds him. Storm's just going to keep on shrinking, and it's going to start moving soon. He's going to take some pot shots on another squad. "12 other players left. Looks like he's getting shot at. This is a very tough position for clinics. Looks like another squad is breaking down all those barricades. As soon as those walls go down and one bullet gets through, that's going to spell the end for the Alpha team. And that will be it for the Alpha team. Sixth place is nothing to sneeze at all. That's a very hard position to get. Well played by the Alpha team, especially considering that they were down a teammate. Um, and overall, this was a great season for them. They've improved a lot, and we're excited to see them again in the future. So that will be it. Take care.